Hello world, Frida, Reba, Darcy, and Patricia O'Connor here, and it is late afternoon on a very rainy day on the Bonsai balcony. It quit raining for the first time in 2 days. I thought I would do this show earlier than what we ended up doing. I got kind of busy, and we got a dog treat, so those few errands had to be done. But I thought this would actually be a rainy show, but it quit just in time for us to do this. I thought I'd show you what we look like when our lights are down. It's about 4 o'clock. It gets dark about 4:45 these days, so we're a little before dark. And we're in between heavy bands of showers. We've got a lot of water. There's been a lot of local flooding going on, because it's hilly around here and stuff shifts and gets muddy and starts sliding around, and people don't know how to drive in wet weather, yada, yada, yada. But also, we've had a lot of wind. As I can tell, these guys, I didn't get a chance to even go through and defoliate them. Well, I still will. But the wind has already had its say and largely stripped these guys rather bare. So I'm coming out here now for the first time. I've been watching it. I've been standing on this side of the window, looking out at that, going yuck. And I'm coming out here to see how we're doing. I think on the most part, it looks like we're doing pretty good. I'm concerned about how much water this guy's getting. I'm always concerned about how much water this guy's getting. Not so much this guy. It'll take, and everybody seems to have cypress fronds all over them. The smaller pondos are taken to rainwater nicely. Man, those colors are still pretty though. What's left of our colors? The water came so far in. This has been watered. Where Frida has been watered. I didn't water these guys, but they have been watered from rain. Nothing here needs water, and that is because our winds have been up a little bit. Checking on you little guys. We just did a show about y'all a few days ago, and y'all weren't looking any worse for wear. The temperatures aren't really cold. They're 50s. Yeah, they're in the 50s. So, love this little ponderosa. I like that pot and that tree. I think those two guys are a really good combination. I know I don't have the lights on. Sometimes I turn the lights on after they go off just so that when I shoot these videos, we will not be in the dark. But I know that the camera is probably giving me, while I'm looking through it, and what I see, I've got some kind of f-stop going, so I think we're not going to be totally dark. Tonight, we're going to do Saturday Night Live Bonsai, and the theme of tonight's show is going to be wiring the wiring of bonsai trees. And we're going to talk about the ins and outs and some of the do's and don'ts, and it's not going to be anything really too stuffy. I'm not a big, when it comes to the rules, when it comes to playing by the rules, I'm going to take it on a case-by-case basis. And that's what kind of person I am. So yeah, it's not going to be anything too stuffy, like I said. But we're going to talk about wiring and some of the tricks and some of the tips and some of the things that you think about going in. And it probably won't be too long. I could probably take the basic ins and outs of wiring as it would pertain pertain to one of my little shows and write it down in a 30-minute note. So I doubt if the show will go really long tonight. But anyway, I think it'll still be a good. Look at all the birds and all the jet streams up there. That looks like a jet stream, but it's not. It's the edge of another wave of cloud that's rolling in. We've certainly gotten quite a bit of water. All of our little ponds and tributaries around the apartments are full, and and the pool is full of leaves. So yeah, this is just a little quick look. Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to bring up while we were here catching up on things. This is the the Trident Maple. Just bring this guy around a little bit. This is the Trident Maple that I did the inspection on here on Saturday Night Live a week ago. We saw that we did have roots all the way around there, and at that point I bailed out. I wrapped it all back up. At first I wrapped it tight, and then after discussing it with y'all and also kicking it around, what I had done was decided that since it has roots now, we're not going to leave that sealed up and try to guess how long it is before it needs water again, because the idea about sealing it up is the water will stay in there until something like roots drinks it. So now that takes it up, doesn't really drink it. But now that there are roots, for me to try to guess how long that would take is silly. So the idea is we have roots, we're just going to feed those roots. So what I've done was I've unwrapped this, kind of funnel shape, and I've cut this band that was really tight, like a tourniquet, and I've loosened it back quite a bit. What you're looking at, that brown, is the beginning of our moss. And then, so now this is kind of a funnel. And I've gone through and punched holes with a sharp pick in here, around here, so that now it'll run out. It'll run out like when and we'll be in charge. That's what we'll do now. So that's kind of the follow-up on what's going on there. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited, y'all, when it comes to that. Another good thing about the water is all the stuff that I sprayed on this ponderosa will have been sent packing. I used soap and neem and picking off with my hands aphids, that woolly aphids that this guy had come down with, and I was going, well, I don't really like the idea of that oil lingering on all the needles, and there sure is a lot of needles. Well, now it's been getting bathed for 3 days, and if that doesn't add to our problems, then I feel pretty good on the whole about everything. The tree has good color. I think the tree has good color for this time of year. It isn't necessarily a beautiful time of year for this guy, but it looks pretty good, I think. And I'm very excited about the looks. That's our graph that we put on there, that we had put on there. I didn't put it on there. Peter T put it on there. And then over here, a quick look at all of these little ponderosas hanging out on the rail. They've been experiencing a little bit more wind. And seemingly should be experiencing what they would get in the wild, a south-facing cliff or overhang. That's not to say that when you read that that's their natural habitat, that doesn't always mean that they're just as crazy about that as anything. That is to say that between them and the other trees that they have to compete with for space, they handle that better than the others, and so the others kind of back off and let them have it. And that's why you will see, which is to say that if you take that same tree in that same habitat, you take it off the ledge of the south-facing cliff and watered and fed it, it'd probably be pretty happy with that too, if it were the right amount of water and feeding and stuff. So yeah, I guess that's pretty obvious. But speaking of pretty, here's a little quick look on our little quick show, a little 10-minute shot. I'll probably, yeah, well, as per usual, I'll drop this after we drop our live show tonight. And I appreciate you. Frida appreciates you. And it's kind of just a little bit now, and probably about in the middle of the holidays, I suppose. No, we're just kind of starting to getting into it. Good, I guess. Yeah, what is today? The 14th of December. And thank you all so much for watching.